Hadrat Abdul Mutlib's digging of Zamzam well. Ibn Ishaq has narrated the story of Hadrat Abdul Mutlib's excavation of Zamzam from Hadrat Ali al-Murtada, that Hadrat Abdul Mutlib was sleeping in Hatim. Someone came to him and said, "Dig Bara." He inquired, "What is Bara?" He has gone. The next day, while he was asleep, a man came to him. He said, "Dig Al-Madna." He asked, "What is Al-Madna?" The man gone again. On the third day, while he was sleeping in his bed, he was told, "Dig Tayyiba." He asked, "What is Tayyiba?" At that time, Hadrat Abdul Mutlib went to the Quraysh and said to them, "Do you know that I have been ordered to dig Zamzam?" The Quraysh asked, "Has it been stated to you where it is?" Hadrat Abdul Mutlib, "No." Quraysh, "Go back to your bed when you have this dream. If it is true from the Almighty, then the details will be explained to you soon. But it is from the devil, then the dream will not come twice." Hadrat Abdul Mutlib went to his bed. He fell asleep in it. He prayed, "Mawla, let me know all the details." He had a dream, or he was told, "Dig Taktum," or he was told, "Dig Zamzam." If you dig it, you will not be condemned. This is the legacy of your forefathers. It will neither dry nor be condemned. It will irrigate large groups of pilgrims. It will be like a big ostrich whose meat will not be given. It will be a legacy and a strong contract. It is not as you know. Hadrat Abdul Mutlib asked, "Where is it?" He was told, "Between the blood and the dung of animal." It would be place where the Azom crow, whose wings are white, probe the earth near the hole of ants. Hadrat Abdul Mutlib turned down and watching the signs that was directed, "A crow has slaughtered in Hazura." She ran away from the butcher to save her life. She came in Masjid al-Haram. Nearby, two idols, Asaf and Naila. This is where the crow was slaughtered. A crow came and fell on dung at that place and started to rain ants. Hadrat Abdul Mutlib got up and started digging the place. He was accompanied by his beloved son Haris. When Hadrat Abdul Mutlib saw his success, he loudly praised to Allah. The Quraysh came to him and asked him, "What are you doing?" He replied, "I've been ordered to dig the well of Zamzam." The Quraysh knew that Hadrat Abdul Mutlib had succeeded in his purpose. When they saw the well, said Abdul Mutlib, "This is also ours. It belongs to our father, Hadrat Ismail. Get us involved," he said. "I will not do that. The command has been allotted to me by squeezing you." Quraysh, "We make someone a mediator." Abdul Mutlib, "Of course." Quraysh, "The fate of the dispute will be decided by soothsayer of Banu Sa'ad bin Hudam between us and you. She lives in Syria." Hadrat Abdul Mutlib departed with Banu Umayma, and few people from each tribe of Quraysh were with him. There was a desert between Syria and Hijaz. When they reached this desert, stock of water finished. Hadrat Abdul Mutlib and his companion ran out of water until they were convinced of their death. They asked for water from their companions. They replied, "We can't give you water. We, like you, are at risk of water shortages." Hadrat Abdul Mutlib said to his companions, "What is your opinion?" "Our opinion is the same as yours." He said, "My opinion is that each of you should dig his own grave. When one of you dies, his companion will bury him in his grave, even the last one of you. Losing one person is easier than losing everyone else." That's what they did. Then he said, "By God, throwing yourself in front of death like this and not looking for water is a weakness. Seek water. Maybe Allah Almighty will cure us. Go away." All the companions also started their journey, and Hadrat Abdul Mutlib started leaving. When he sat on his camel and picked up a spring of fresh water flowed under his feet, Hadrat Abdul Mutlib said takbir. His colleague also did so. Then he went downstairs and drank water himself. He also gave water to his companions. Then he called the tribesmen and said to them, "Come to the water. Almighty has given us water." The Quraysh said, "O Abdul Mutlib, Almighty has decided in your favor. We will not quarrel with you even about Zamzam. The one who has given you this water in this desert gives you Zamzam water. Return to your fountain, and they will not reach to the soothsayer." They moved away from the fountain of Zamzam and Hadrat Abdul Mutlib came back and completed the excavation of Zamzam. He made a fuss around it which he used to fill, and they used to give it to the pilgrims. The people of Quraysh, jealous at night, used to dig the well. Hadrat Abdul Mutlib used to fix it in the morning. When this mischief increased, Hadrat Abdul Mutlib prayed to God Almighty. He was told in dream to say, "Mawla, I do not make it fair legitimate for bathing, but it is fair for healing the drinker." Hadrat Abdul Mutlib got up. In the same way, they returned to announce, "Now whoever tries to spoil his pool, his body will get sick so much," so that they left his pool and fountain. Ibn Ishaq mentions that Hadrat Abdul Mutlib found 2 golden deer in the spring Zamzam. They were the same deer that the Banu Jaram had made art. He found best quality swords and armor. The Quraysh said to him, "Abdul Mutlib, we have a right to these things." He said, "No, but come to the matter which will bring justice between us and you. We draw lots on these items." Quraysh, "How is that?" Abdul Mutlib, "I set 2 sharp arrows for myself and 2 arrows for you and for Kaaba. The thing on which the lot is drawn will belong to him. Nothing will happen to the one whose lot is not drawn." Quraysh agreed. He set 2 yellow arrows for Kaaba, 2 black arrows for him, while 2 white arrows for Quraysh. Then he gave it to the drawer, who used to draw lots. Hadrat Abdul Mutlib got up to pray. 2 yellow arrows went out on deer, 2 black arrows went out for swords and armor. No draw was made in the name of Quraysh. Hadrat Abdul Mutlib made the door of Kaaba with the gold of swords and deers. It was the first gold to be dedicated to the Kaaba. Ibn Ishaq writes that when Hadrat Abdul Mutlib dug a well, Almighty guided him towards the spring of Zamzam. He has been honored that all the springs of Makkah were suspended. People turned to him because of blessings and grace, because this place is in Baytullah and this spring was flowing for Hadrat Ismail.